Happy Labor Day Monday. Thank you for joining us. We are taking a live look out over Denver. Still very dark and early out over Ball Arena as well this morning. And so far, so good and quiet, especially on our roads, being that it is a holiday. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Erica Lopez.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. Let's get a check of that forecast now with meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Chris, starting the week off hot.
We are starting the week off hot. It is the unofficial end of summer, but if you're looking for fall, Jordan, looking at you, nothing really too promising on the horizon. I will say Thursday, up kind of pre-fall sort of vibe for us. But in the meantime, Denver right now, things looking pretty calm out here on this Monday morning, on this Labor Day, September the 2nd. 50s, 60s for us Eastern Plains, 30s to 40s for the most part in the high country. Today we top out at 92 degrees. Our average for today is 85. We'll be a few degrees above that. Few afternoon clouds, but for the most part, the story and the impact, it will be the heat. So if you've got those pool plans, barbecue plans, anything like that, looks A-okay. Our record for today is 100. That is definitely not in the offing, but I think we're going to be safely okay from that. But in the meantime, in the high country, we could see one or two gusty showers and storms for us here in the high country, especially along and south of I-70 for the most part. These will be pretty isolated. Otherwise, those headlines, mountain storms possible for today, as I mentioned. But then on Wednesday, a much better chance for showers and storms and much cooler temperatures. I'll have details on all this coming up in my full forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. A security guard shot and killed a man outside a gas station in Aurora on Saturday night. Investigators say this looks like a case of self-defense. It happened just outside the entrance of the 7-Eleven at the corner of East Colfax and Peoria Street. Aurora police said the security guard walked outside the store when a man came up behind him and held a gun to his head. After a struggle, the guard took out his own gun and shot the man. We spoke with a woman whose roommate witnessed that shooting.
The security guard had no other choice to fire back because the guy in the parking lot was waving a gun and threatening to shoot in the parking lot. Did not enter inside the building. The security guard did his job.
So scary. The man did die at the hospital. The security guards at the 7-Eleven are employed by a private company, Iron Spear Protection Group. In a statement, the company says they're backing the guard involved with, quote, absolute certainty.
Well, it's been 3 years since 10 people were killed in a shooting at a King Soopers in Boulder. And this week, jury selection continues in the trial against the shooter. Ahmad Alisa is charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder after deliberation. He has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Jury selection for this case started last week with prospective jurors filling out questionnaires and turning them over to the defense and prosecution. Tomorrow, attorneys will start the process of questioning them in person. Opening statements could start as soon as this Thursday.
Colorado's largest school district is once again weighing whether to close some schools, even after thousands of new-to-country kids were welcomed in the district last school year. DPS says drops in enrollment have made these plans necessary. Superintendent Dr. Alex Marrero says keeping under-enrolled schools running is expensive, and by closing those down and merging others together, they can offer kids more educational opportunities, programs, and resources. Right now, it is unknown which schools may get cut, but before that list comes out, DPS will hold meetings around the district for people to weigh in.
We plan to approach this in phases. It's important that we provide the community to engage in decisions that have been made, that they're well informed when making decisions about their students' future experiences at DPS. It's important that our team has the runway to plan, engage, and refine the process leading up to the recommendations in November.
DPS will hold those meetings across the district starting on September 24th. Those will run through October 15th. Then the district will put out a list of consolidations and closures on November 7th. On November 21st, they will vote on those recommendations. We'll have all this information for you on the timeline and the meetings on our website, 9news.com.
6 children are being treated for life-threatening injuries after being ejected from a vehicle in a single car crash in San Antonio, Texas. Police say that the accident happened around 7:30 Sunday night, and witnesses reported that a vehicle experienced a tire blowout. The driver attempted to correct the vehicle and struck a tree. 6 out of the 7 children, who range in age from 2 to 11, were ejected from the vehicle. Only one was wearing a seatbelt. The Traffic Investigation Division is now investigating this crash.
A small plane crashed into a neighborhood in northwest Oregon on Saturday. Sheriff's officials say the aircraft hit power poles, then went down in the neighborhood outside of Portland. 2 homes were hit, but the fire that erupted after the crash spread to other homes there. The National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration are looking into how this all happened.
Right now, workers at top hotel chains are on strike. Across the nation, thousands of hotel workers represented by the Unite Here union walked off the job in 8 cities demanding higher pay and better work conditions. The hotel chains facing workers on strike include Hilton, Hyatt, and Marriott. The union says more hotel workers in other cities could join the strike if contract talks stall.
Heartbreak in Israel. Candlelight vigils were held over the weekend to honor 6 hostages who were found dead in Gaza. The Israeli military says the hostages were found in a tunnel under the city of Rafah on Saturday. They were shot and killed moments before they could be rescued.
This was not the outcome that we hoped for, and the heart breaks. All day you woke up, I heard the news, and I just felt my heart was broken all day. And it felt the least I could do to come with my son and show up and say that I care, and I'm so sorry that this happened to you.
Vigils were also being held in Tel Aviv, where tens of thousands of protesters filled the streets, demanding Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu do more to bring home hostages held by Hamas. Protesters blocked roads and set off flares there in Tel Aviv. This was one of the largest protests since the conflict started last October, as crowds continue to demand a ceasefire.
They should take responsibility and do the most necessary thing is like release the captives, the captives that you can before it is too late, and later on deal with the war with Hamas.
We have to bring the hostages back. We need a deal now for his future, for our future.
Today, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are planning to meet with a hostage negotiating team in the Situation Room. The meeting will be closed to the press, but the White House says its focus will be to discuss efforts to drive toward a deal that secures the release of the remaining hostages. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met virtually with the families of Americans being held hostage. According to a readout of the discussion released by the families, Sullivan said, quote, "The next few days will be critical in the push to free the remaining hostages."